Welcome everyone to HueFin, also known as HueFin News, where we trade different. Today is November the 25th, 2020, and we are going to update you all today on Microsoft. We're going to give you all what has occurred since our last video in Microsoft, and then after that, we'll give you all a heads up as to what the trap is going to do in regards to price movement in this market for Microsoft. So if this is your first time watching our video, make sure, if you all appreciate our content, that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then as well share the video. We want to let everyone know precisely what the trap has in store in regards to market movement in the stock market. And for us, it is not confusing. And one thing that we try to reiterate here on this channel is that you need to get in position. You know, whatever bias you're feeling, whether the market is anticipated to go higher or lower, you need to get in position in order to maximize your potential to gain profit. That's why we follow the trap. The trap is the individual you see on the bottom left side of my screen. He's the crook. He's the criminal that's in the market prying out as much money as he can from the market participants. He wants to take your money, literally. So when you're able to dictate and precisely follow his movements, you're able to corner him off and take the profits right back. And that's what we do here on this channel. So make sure you guys continue to support the channel, subscribe, and like the video. So Microsoft, this is it. You guys can see the performance of the trap since our last video in Microsoft, which was all the way back on September the 30th. So it's been almost 2 months since we last did our video in Microsoft. And you guys can see for a small period of time, the trap came into our forecast area, and literally that's where we told you to TP out, to back out at into the market. We said at 205 on that particular video. You guys can check it out, it was in our playlist. We said at 205 would be the initial area support, but ultimately it was going to TP around $200. And on October the 30th is when the market actually came and tagged out on our TP area. So if anything, we should at least get about 3%. About 3.61% in that market movement. It took a while, no doubt. It took a while for the trap to follow our original prediction and forecast in the market, and it goes like that sometimes. Even to the point to where you saw how he was able to extend further away from our restriction area. So might have caught a lot of people off surprise at the top of the market back in October the 13th, 2020 of about 8.61%. So this gives you, it just shows you that the timing aspect of the market is one of the hardest things to predict, to foresee. And seeing how the market ultimately came into our forecast area back towards the end of October, depending on your patience, you would have missed out. Once you saw this market go up about 8.61%, you probably would have got emotional and got scared and would have jumped ship, and then only for him to come right back into your forecast area. So that's why it's real imperative for you to realize what's going on into the market. All right, so let's get rid of this 3.61% profitability in that particular market move, and now we just need to see what's going on in the market for Microsoft. Okay, what is it? What are we seeing? For the most part, we are seeing the trap still trade in a range, period. And we talked about that in our last video in Microsoft. He's doing trading in between, I would say around 225 for restriction, all the way back down to 200. So there's a $25 gap that he's been moving the market. I mean, you can see from how the market is just going up and down in between this range. This gives us a perfect opportunity to see what's going to happen in the future. Okay, so we established that the trap is still trading the market in a range. So the question that we need to answer today is, okay, are we likely to break outside of this channel to the upside or to the downside? Okay, so what I'm going to do first, I want to create this channel so we can get a visual depiction as to how the market really looks. Okay, so here we are. We got it right there. And let's take a look at the market in Microsoft on a longer time frame real quick. So looking at the market in Microsoft on a 3-day time frame, you guys can see that there's not a lot of concrete information that shows us that the market is bullish or the market is bearish. Okay, so again, that's the trend. We're trading the channel. Currently, I'm not seeing that much weakness actually in Microsoft though. Even amongst all of these trading price bars, I don't see mass indexes or indices to show that this particular market is getting weaker. I don't see that as of right now. On the 5-day chart, here we are again. The market in Microsoft is still showing that it's not all that weak. So we're just still trading sideways. We might continue into this trading channel for, who knows, the next couple of months. Right? So that's why I went ahead and extended out those 2 lines on this price chart. But for the most part, this is pretty much what's to be expected. But that doesn't mean that we cannot capitalize on the market movement while the trap trades this market in this range. Okay. Weekly time frame, don't see a lot going on there neither. So let's take a look at the market on the 3 weeks. Again, don't see a lot going on here in this particular space. One thing I can see on the 3-week time frame is that this market is finding some restriction at around 218. That's a problem. $218 is a problem in the market for Microsoft. We need to see him break that to the upside in order for us to really feel the bullish sentiment in the market. $218. You heard it here first. Now let's look at the monthly time frame real quick, and then we'll go ahead and put in a prediction. So the market on the monthly time frame in Microsoft, there is selling going on in between this trading channel that I've just created, but it's being sustained. It's being maintained by the trap. So again, everything that I mentioned on this video kind of goes in line with that. The market is not overly bearish. It's leaning more towards market strength. So that is going to be our forecast on today's video. We are going to place some strength into the market in Microsoft. Now, I already told you that we need to keep our eyes focused on $218, period, because that is where the trap is finding restriction. So we will TP there because we identified that area as restriction. This gives us opportunity just to get out the market under the presumption that we do see weakness, enter in at 218. So that would be about 1.91% in the market in Microsoft. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and extend it out just a tad high to about 220 for Microsoft. And we're going to keep the support area right there around 207. Okay. So this is it. This is our expectations going into the market in Microsoft over the next couple of days and weeks. Now it's your turn. We definitely like to give y'all the opportunity for you to communicate your thoughts on this particular market. Where are we headed? Where will the trap take the price of Microsoft? Because either way, you need to get in position. This is our thoughts. This is our prediction as to where the market is headed. Now it's your turn. Tell me what you see. And that's it. Make sure you maintain a profitability, and we'll talk again on the next one. Trade different.